Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a bracelet today, and I'm going to use some of the beads that came in the January 2024 bargain bead box called A Galaxy of Gems. I'll put a link in the corner of this video and in the description box below to the unboxing video I did for this subscription in case you want to watch it, where I go over everything that came in the box. I have a coupon code. It's Teresa2, and I'll put it on the screen here and in the description box below, along with a link to the page to sign up for this subscription if you're interested. The coupon will save you $2 off your first box if you sign up. And here I have the 8mm sodalite beads. And here I have the 8mm carnelian beads. And here I have the 8mm lapis and chrysocolla beads. And here I have the 4mm metallic blue iris bicone beads. And here I have the 3mm labradorite faceted beads. I have a toggle clasp from my stash. I have Miyuki 11080 and 150 seed beads in galvanized gold. I'm going to be using my 8-pound fire line in smoke. I've got a size 12 beading needle. I would use a 10 or 11, but these little 3mm labradorite beads they have really tiny holes, so that's why I'm using a size 12 beading needle. For tools, the only thing I'm using are my chain nose pliers to flatten the thread to get it through my needle, and my scissors to cut my fire line. I'll try to put links to everything I can find links for in the description box below, everything that didn't come in the box. So hold on, I'll get some of my beads poured out and I'll be back. Okay, I've got my 8mm beads out here and my bicones and my 11-0s. That's what I'm going to be starting with. And I've got a stop bead on here, and I'm leaving about a 6-inch tail, just enough to put a needle on and sew it back in. I don't need to leave a big long tail to put my clasp on because I'm going to be coming up and down the bracelet several times. This is going to be a right angle weave bracelet. I did a bracelet recently a whole lot like this, but not exactly the same, but a whole lot like it. So I'm going to start with one of my sodalite beads. That's going to be one side of my right angle weave box. That'll be the side. Now for the top of my right angle weave box, I need a 11-0, a 4mm bicone, and an 11-0. That's going to be the top of my box. Guess I need to zoom in a little bit so y'all can see what I'm doing. Now for the other side of my box, I'm going to pick up a different one of my gemstones. I'm going to pick up a carnelian. That's going to be the side of my box. So I've got both sides and the top. I just need the bottom. So the bottom is going to be an 11-0, a bicone, and an 11-0. Going to be the bottom. So now I'm going to go back around all these beads again. To reinforce my little box. I'll make sure to get through all the beads and not miss a seed bead or anything. And I'm going to sew around until I'm coming back out this carnelian bead so that I can make my next unit. And I'm going to make my next right angle weave unit. I've already got one side, this carnelian bead, so I need the top. It's going to be an 11-0, a bicone, and an 11-0. And then I need an 8mm bead for the side, and I'm going to do one of my chrysocolla beads. And then for the bottom, I need an 11-0, a bicone, and an 11-0. I'm coming out the top of that carnelian bead. I'm going to go in the bottom. That makes my next right angle weave box. I'll go around all those beads again. And I'm going to sew around until I'm coming back out that chrysocolla bead to make my next right angle weave unit. Try to keep tight tension as much as I can. These beads are big, so now I'm going to do, and I need to make my next box, so I need my top, which is my 11-0 bicone and 11-0. Now I'm going to do another big bead, so I'm going to do another sodalite bead. And I just dropped all my 11-0 and bicone 11-0 off my needle. So I need 11-0 bicone and 11-0 for my top, my sodalite bead for the side, and an 11-0 bicone, and an 11-0 for the bottom. I'm coming out the top of this chrysocolla bead. I'm going to go into the bottom of it. I'll go around all these beads again. Now I'm going to sew around until I'm coming back out the sodalite bead so I can do my next right angle weave unit. Now I'm going to do one more and then I'll leave y'all alone, do the rest of it off camera. So I'm going to do an 11-0 4mm and an 11-0 for the top of my next box. I'm going to do a carnelian bead for the side, and I'm going to do an 11-0 bicone and an 11-0 for the bottom. So I'm coming out the top of that sodalite bead. I'm going to go on the bottom. I'm going to sew around all those beads again. I'm going to sew around until I'm coming out that carnelian bead so I can do my next right angle weave unit. So that's what I got so far. So I'm going to keep doing this until I get the length that I want. I'm just going to alternate between my gemstone beads. And I think my clasp will take up about 1.5 inches, so I'll probably do about 6 inches of this. And then when I get done, I'll be back and we'll do one side of the clasp. So I'll be back. Okay, I've got my length here. I've got 18 of my 8mm beads, and it's just almost 6 inches, so I think that'll be fine. So now I'm going to put one side of my clasp on here. So I'm coming out of the top of this chrysocolla bead here where I put on my last unit. I'm going to pick up 5 11-0s, a bicone, another 2 11-0s. See, let me look at my notes and see how I did this. I can't remember. 3 11-0s. I got 5 11-0s, a bicone, and 3 11-0s. Now I'm going to go through my clasp. I come back down the 11-0, just one of the 11-0s under the clasp there. Hold on to my clasp, pull my thread down to get any slack out of it there. Now I'm going to pick up 2 more 11-0s and go through the bicone and the 11-0 under the bicone. Just one 11-0 under the bicone. Pull my thread through. I have to hold on to my clasp and pull the slack out again. It's trying to get away from me. Now I'm going to pick up 4 more 11-0s. And I'm going to go into the other side of my chrysocolla bead here. That's what my clasp looks like. Now I'm going to go around all this again. I'll go up these 4 11-0s. The 11-0 under the bicone and the bicone. Go in 2 11-0s and the 11-0 under the clasp. Guess I'll just do the 2 11-0s first. Now I'll do the 11-0 under the clasp. I'm going to go back through the clasp. Back into the 11-0 under the clasp. And back down the 2 11-0s on the other side there. Back into the bicone. The 11-0 under the bicone. And down these other 4 11-0s on the other side. Trying not to get caught around everything, which it looks like I'm trying to do here. Like I've got my thread wrapped around everything here. There we go. Now I'm going to go around all this again, but before I do, I'm going to go around this last unit. So I'm going to go in this chrysocolla bead. I'm going to go down this 11-0 bicone and 11-0. Back into this carnelian bead. Back up this 11-0 bicone, 11-0. And now I'm going to pick up 2 more 11-0s. I've got my 11-0s and 15-0s all mixed up here. Pick up 2 more 11-0s. going to go into the 4 11-0s on this side. To fill in that little gap there. Now I'm going to go up the 11-0 under the bicone and the bicone. Go up 2 of the 11-0s, the 2 11-0s on this side, the 11-0 under the clasp, back through the clasp, back down the 11-0 under the clasp, and the 2 11-0s on the other side if I can get in there. And I don't think I can, so I'm just going to go through the 11-0 under the clasp. Now I'm going to go down the other 2 11-0s on the other side. Now I'm going to go back down the bicone, the 11-0 under the bicone. Go back down these 4 11-0s on this side. And I need 2 more 11-0s. And I'm going to go down into this bicone, 11-0 bicone. Sure I'm not getting tangled around my clasp here. Just having a real problem getting tangled around this clasp today. Okay, now. Okay, there we go. So now I've got my clasp on there. So now I'm going to come through this carnelian bead. Up the 11-0, the bicone, and just the 1 11-0 above the bicone. Back through this chrysocolla bead. So now I'm going to start on my embellishment on the top here. So I'm going to pick up 5 15-0s, 1 8-0, and 5 15-0s. Drop them all down here. Coming out the side of this chrysocolla bead, I'm going to go diagonally into the bottom, or this other side of this carnelian bead, and pull my embellishment down. Now I'm going to pick up 5 more 15-0s. And 8-0, and 5 more 15-0s. I'm coming out the top of this carnelian bead. I'm going to go diagonally into this lapis bead here. Pull my embellishment down, make sure it lands on top. Like that. I'm going to do 5 more 15-ohs. An 8-oh. 5 more 15-ohs. Coming out the top of this sodalite bead, I'm going to go diagonally into this chrysocolla bead. So I'm just going to keep doing that until I get all the way to the end, and then when I get down there, we'll put on the other side of the clasp. So I'll be back. Okay, I've got to the other end of my bracelet here, and I said I was going to come back and put the other side of my clasp on, but I'm not going to make y'all watch me do that because I'm going to do it just exactly like I did this side. So I'm going to get that done, and then when I come back, we'll finish the top embellishment. So I'll be back. Okay, I've got my clasp put on this side, and I did it just exactly the same way as I did that first side. And I'm coming out this side of my sodalite bead here. So I'm going to pick up 5 15-ohs. And I'm going to go into this 8-oh here. Like that. Now I'll pick up 5 more 15-ohs. And I'm going to go this way through this carnelian bead. So that it'll make a little circle around my bead there and bring me out here where I can put 5 more 15-ohs here. And go into this 8-oh. I'm going to pick up 5 more 15-ohs. And go into this chrysocolla bead to make a little circle around my 8mm and bring me out on this side so I can put 5 more 15-ohs here. And go into this 8-oh. And then 5 more 15-ohs. And then into the top of this lapis bead. And then 5 more 15-ohs. And into this 8-oh. So I'm going to do that all the way down until I get to the other side, and then I'll come back and we'll start on another embellishment. So I'll be back. Okay, I've got all my top embellishment done, and I've decided to leave it like this. I was going to use those 3mm labradorite beads and put them down the sides, but I'm afraid if I do that, I don't think it needs it, and I'm afraid if I do that, it'll make it too stiff. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it like this. So I'm done now. So, see, let me put it together here so you can see it put together. So that's what it looks like with all the different gemstone beads. This was a really beautiful box. Of course, I love all their boxes. I don't think I've ever got a bargain bead box that I didn't love. And it really is a great value box. And like I said, if you're not subscribed to it and you decide you want to be, that coupon code will save you $2 off your first box if you sign up. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. I also sell gift cards and some extra beads and findings that I have. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.